Good morning. Today's review episode is sponsored by Niantic. Good morning, Pokemon friends, and welcome back to a review episode with Kriket. Today's episode is a reflection upon the Perth Pokemon Regional Championships, and I just want to let you guys know that these thoughts and observations are my own based on my experience at the event. So let's jump straight into what I've got to say. Starting with the venue, the Perth Convention and Entertainment Centre was a great choice for hosting the Pokemon Regional Championships. It is iconic, so it's easy to find in Perth if you are travelling there from a different location. The venue is accessible, there was plenty of room in the Grand Ballroom for all of the players, the TCG, the VCG and the Pokemon Go players. It was comfortable to sit in, the air conditioning was great, had an amazing view. The only thing that I was like, about was the allergy-friendly options in the catering. Now, the event organisers probably don't have much control or choice over the type of catering that's supplied to the venue, but I would really like to see some more allergy-friendly options for next year's event. And the other thing was that one bottle of water was $5. Now, if you're able to bring your own water with you and maybe leave the venue to go and take a drink and come back in, make sure you're doing that, but $5 for a bottle of water. As far as actual competition for the Pokemon Go category, we had 18 registered competitors, 12 competitors actually showed up to play and compete on the day, and no spectators. As you guys know, Community Day was on at the same time as the Regional Championships, so I had the opportunity to speak to quite a few Pokemon Go players out in the community as well as at the tournament. And the feedback from the Community Day players was that they didn't know that the Regional Championships was even on. They didn't know that Pokemon Go was included in the Regional Championships in Perth this year. And the majority of them said that they would love to come and spectate and even enter had they known about it, especially spectate after meeting me on Community Day, come on down, but the registrations had closed. So they couldn't even register by the time they'd met me at Kings Park, but they would have loved to spectate. And unfortunately, spectators was a no-go for this event, and it really did have an impact on the atmosphere, which I'll talk about in a moment. The registration process for the Pokemon Go players competing in the regional championships, the feedback was that it is confusing. There is a little bit of confusion between trainer code and your Play Pokemon login code, and that was difficult for them to navigate using the website to register. We would like to see, can you register for Pokemon Go through the Pokemon Go app, the in-game, instead of using the Play Pokemon website? The competitors, what would be really nice to see as far as a battle reward is that we'd like to see an in-game medal or badge saying that you competed in the location-specific regional tournament. Kind of like a Johto Tour badge or a Go Fest badge, something a little bit extra special that you have in your game to commemorate being part of the competition. Another thing that would be really nice to have, if it's possible, is an in-game item box reward for the competitors and the winners of the regional championship. Something with some items to reward their hard work and help them on their way to building up their next regional championship team. You know, some star pieces, some incubators, some lucky eggs, whatever it is that could be cool for helping them invest in the next lot of 6 battle Pokemon. As I just said, there was no spectators, so there was no side tournaments either. And as of filming, the website still lists that side tournaments will be announced closer to the event occurring. Now, the Perth Regional Championships has been and gone, baby, and it's still saying that there. So there was no side tournaments, which was, for me personally, a little bit disappointing. As being official media for the event, I'm not allowed to compete in the regional championships. So playing the side tournaments was something that I was really looking forward to covering and sharing with you guys and encouraging you guys to get involved in when you come and spectate, when spectators are allowed. Not having spectators really did impact on the atmosphere of the environment. It was very competitive focused, obviously, and adding spectators will increase the fun and excitement and the cheering and the, wow, they threw that move, like the emotion of the event. And screen mirroring to TVs will be really, really important for this. The only way for you to watch the event was to crowd around the group and look over their shoulder. So having TVs and some sort of area where you can watch and get involved and get excited will be key to future events. Throughout the event, I took some notes for my own personal observations, and I'm just going to share them with you. I felt like the organizers cared about Pokemon Go players, but I'm not sure that they understood Pokemon Go players or how the game of Pokemon Go is played. I was very unclear whether they were actually Pokemon Go players. They were very knowledgeable about the other types of events offered at the tournament, but Pokemon Go is just that little bit different, which as Pokemon Go community, you guys would be understanding. Being the first event, I feel like things like bathroom breaks and meal breaks and competitor mindset looked like it was secondary considerations. I observed the competitors weren't taking their bathroom breaks. They were expressing their extreme hunger and their need for a moment to just gather themselves after their battle round had been finished. However, they were jumping straight into the next round without that moment to gather themselves and just kind of take a breath and absorb the battle, whether they won or lost what was happening. The Pokemon Go competitors don't know yet that they can actually get up and leave and use the bathroom and come back without it affecting its competition progression. Whilst the organizers were like, yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah, take a break if you need it. Oh yeah, it's cool. But yeah, we'll just jump into the next round as soon as you're back. Or we're just waiting on X player to finish and then we'll start the next round. That was all putting pressure onto the individuals that were competing. And I feel like this can probably be tweaked, and a bit more direction and reassurance from the staff is needed as the Pokemon Go players learn how to participate in this competition. And for those with future competitions, just remember it is okay to take a moment and be a human being. Yes, you're a competitor in a tournament and it is a very serious process, but remember to eat, use the bathroom, have a drink, take a breath. The organizers do want you to do this. You do need to take care of yourself whilst also competing in the regional championships. Now let's talk about the promotion of the regional championships. I personally would love to see a special Pokemon released for the week leading up to the regional championships to get the actual players and in-game people using the Pokemon Go app excited and aware of the tournament that's about to happen. As you guys know now after watching my episode covering the event, Throw and Sork were the surprise regional Pokemon associated with the Perth Regional Championships event. And that's great. It was a surprise and it was wonderful. But we weren't allowed to say anything and nobody knew anything about it until they got there. And you know what's great about surprises? They're awesome when people know about them and come and participate and play along together. So there wasn't enough notice put out about these special Pokemon associated with the regional championships, and I would really like to see that there for the week leading up to the event. More promotions on official media channels. So something to say that creators are going to be attending the regional championships and you can come and see X creator at this event whilst you also battle in the tournament. If there are spectators, the spectators can come and catch this said special Pokemon whilst hanging out with the creator and watch the competition as well. And the last thing that I have written here is don't have a PvP tournament on the same day as something else that is happening, a different event that is happening in Pokemon Go. Having the community day in the middle of the regional tournament, yeah, not the greatest for the people participating in the tournament, because they've missed out on Alolan Geodude Community Day, and there's a little bit of disappointment there for those competitors. And the people that were at the Community Day, there's a little bit of disappointment that they didn't know to register and they couldn't participate in the tournament. So let's find a happy medium and have the regional tournament on its own weekend if possible, and any Community Day or Go Fest or in-game events on a separate day, please. Now I'd really like to talk about the prizes. The prizes looked great and all of the winners were appreciative of what they got. The medals at the Perth Regional Championships, instead of saying champion, finalist, semi-finalist, semi-finalist, had champion, finalist, third. And that's where things get a little bit complicated. Having 2 third place can be confusing for the audience and in some instances disrespectful to the participants in the tournament. The medals need to say champion, finalist, semi-finalist, semi-finalist. With the double elimination format, it really needs to be in line and the same throughout all of the tournaments worldwide. So hopefully we can see that done accurately at future Australian tournaments. Whilst I was still in Perth, I took the opportunity to touch base with Debbie Pebble and discuss some of her reflections about the Perth Regional Pokemon Championships. So let's take a look at what Debbie has to say. To reflect upon the battling experience at the Perth Pokemon GO Regional Championships, I have invited Debbie Pebble, our semi-finalist winner of the Perth Regional Championships as well, to join me. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Debbie, what I'd really like you to share, because I spectated and I created media for the event, I wasn't actually in the thick of it, battling and competing. Can you please share your reflections and your thoughts about how the event played out and how it was for you?
Yeah, so obviously this was the first Pokemon GO Regional in Australia, having it in Perth, and yeah, I think it was interesting. I think there were at the end there were 12 participants. There was 18 that registered. There was a few teething issues, but you know, I think at the end of the day, everyone that participated had a really good time. So yeah, it was definitely an enjoyable event for someone that had participated. And yeah, I would definitely highly recommend it.
Yeah, I felt that too. As a spectator watching you guys battle, whilst there were some intense moments, everyone was like relieved at the end of their battles.
Yes.
And I felt like you were genuinely having a good time.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I didn't know what to expect going into the regionals. I signed up 3 weeks ago. And I was just like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to go. I don't know what the playing field is like. And then, yeah, every battle was enjoyable, as in like it was a test of knowledge, a test of experience, and also yeah, just really fun at the end of the day. Like, yeah, well, it was really good.
Expanding on the test of knowledge and a test of experience, like I'm a PvP Inspire, come give it a go. So you come and start with me, and then you would progress on to people like Debbie or some of the other competitors. Progress on to some of the other competitors that were battling in the regionals. Can you talk a little bit about the actual gameplay? Did you see much meta? What was the Pokemon meta, or was it spicy rando picks?
I think it was a good mix of everything. When I signed up, there was a very clear meta from the previous regionals, so we could see what other people were bringing in their teams, and then the meta got shifted slightly when Jupiter was released. So Jupiter was released, what was it, like from this video probably 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. From the Water Festival event.
Yeah, Water Festival event. So, and that threw a lot of things out, and for those that weren't aware of that, that could have thrown off their entire play day as well. So I had really good coaches, really good people advising me during that time, going, hey, look, meta's shifting slightly, let's work with this, let's practice with this and see how you go with it. So yeah, I was very lucky in that regard of having that advice. But yeah, there was definitely some key players that were consistent in nearly all teams, and there were some, like, you know, reliable ones that have been there from the test of time.
Yeah. Which Pokemon would they be?
So probably like Azumarill. Azumarill's like always been a key player throughout the whole of PvP from the start. Things like, at the moment, you've got your triangle of like Walrein, Trevenant, Medicham. So you've got that, all components, like variations of that. So yeah, we definitely saw a few of that come across. And then you had a few spicy picks, people that spent a lot of time getting Excel candy for as well, which is definitely a labour of love to actually get that Pokemon to that CP so you can actually battle it, best buddy it, and yeah, it's an expensive time investment for that one.
So definitely something to think about going forward for other regional championships, including Melbourne. Melbourne is next. And next year's Perth Regional Championships as well. As far as organisation for the event, how do you feel from a battle perspective? How was the event battle organised for you? And was there perhaps maybe one thing that could be done better for next year?
Yeah, I think the aspect of having phones, so at the facility they had phones provided, so we could actually play the game on their phone, so everyone was on an even playing field. That was really, really good. Obviously we had a few technical difficulties, and I think those are things that are teething issues that hopefully will be improved in time. But yeah, I think there was a lot to learn from this event, and just hoping for bigger and better as time goes on.
I agree. I feel that as this was the very first Pokemon GO regional event ever in Australia, we've got to start somewhere. And this event did give us a good grounding to go up from here. Debbie, I have one last question. I just would like you to share 3 words overall about how you feel for Pokemon GO becoming an e-sport.
Ooh, okay. 3 words for Pokemon Go as an e-sport. Potential to grow. How about that?
Excellent, excellent.
Right, I'll take it.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your battling perspective, reflective thoughts. Yeah.
All good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming in.
Overall, I feel like the Perth Regional Championships had a good community vibe with all the competitors encouraging and supporting each other. The venue and the competition, it had a really warm, cozy vibe. So if you are considering participating in the regional championships in your local area, I would say definitely give it a go. I believe that you will be warmly welcomed and you'll be supported and surprised with how your experience of the competition is. So that's all for today's review episode. If you would like to support me as a full-time content creator, just check the links in the description below. And just remember, guys, that today's review episode has been sponsored by Niantic. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I will catch you on the next episode or adventure. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!